Hey, my name is Curtis Dixon with GroupCharger. I'm a CEO and co-founder. I'm going to try and be fast. I always talk fast, but I'm going to try and squeeze this into 3 minutes. So first of all, let me tell you a little bit about what GroupCharger didn't do. We launched about a year ago and we did not build the wrong shit. Literally we couldn't, because none of the co-founders could write code. We can do everything but we were more focused on figuring out the problem. Because kind of a rule of thumb I have is you've got to experiment until something works. I was an engineer in my last life in the oil field, and optimization was for once something already worked. So what we did prior to developing a product was we actually did 100 customer interviews. Through those customer interviews, we ended up determining a customer segment, who we were going to go after because they said they'd pay and had the biggest pain. We ended up finding our seed investor, and we ended up finding paying customers, all prior to even beginning development on version 1.0 of our product. So we had people paying, waiting to beta test, and they're still waiting actually. The next thing we did was we focused on building a great company from day one. We didn't sit in a room somewhere and brainstorm a product or talk about an idea for a service program. We talked about customers and partners. How are we going to make this idea succeed? How is GroupCharger going to be, what are we going to look like in 2 years, 3 years from now? And in addition to focusing on customers and partners, we talked about the team. And we interviewed a lot of people, technical and non-technical. We had a really big network of people around us. But what we decided was if somebody was smart and they could get shit done, we could figure out the rest. So let me tell you quickly about the team. Currently, we have two what I call hustlers, myself the CEO and my co-founding partner James the COO. We do everything but code. And then we have half a hacker. So we've got a Ruby on Rails guy that has some really good back-end experience and a little bit of design and UX, and he gives us about half his time. He's running another company on the side, of course, and we're talking about what a full-time opportunity would look like, but that's pretty much our team. And then we've got a third guy right now that would come in and kind of bridge those two roles. He's an ex-CTO engineer type, doesn't code any longer, but we're actively recruiting this guy for our team. Our office location, we're currently at the Omni Hotel downtown. Tell you a little bit about the application itself and the technology behind it. GroupCharger is a web app built in Ruby on Rails with a MongoDB database and is deployed on Heroku. We already do have a live version of the app. It's in private alpha testing right now. There's a recommendation engine component, an email delivery system, and today the UI is very, very simple, and that's deliberate based on who our customer types are. So I'll tell you about the opportunity and what we're looking for. We're not looking for a co-founder. We've got the co-founding team, but we are looking for a lead technical person. And really, this is an opportunity to build your own opportunity. So if you have another job, let's talk about it. If this should be your full-time thing, let's talk about it. We can make salary plus potentially equity a reality, really depending on what your skill set is. But there's two musts. One, you have to have the stomach to be an entrepreneur. This has to be your full-time hustle. Even if you have a side gig or you do freelance work to augment your salary, that's fine. But you have to be willing to hop in and go full speed. And the other thing is you have to be what I call a hacker interested in learning. So not a developer, not a programmer, not specifically a front-end person or a back-end person. You don't have to know Ruby on Rails. We've interviewed guys that know Python or know Java. Really any programming language that you know, let's talk about it. It's more important to us is the will to learn and looking to become a better Ruby on Rails programmers. We have really senior guys in our network that we could tap on to get help. We have an experienced Ruby on Rails guy right now. We have really experienced back-end guys. We have people helping us part-time working on the recommendation engine piece. So there's a big opportunity to learn from the folks in our network and the folks on the team. So it's more important that you be interested in the hustle and growing this thing. So quickly, how to connect with me. My contact information is on the slide. But if you're really interested in this opportunity, call me right now because I'm talking to people every single day and I want to talk to you. And as you know, it takes a long time to make things happen. If you're just a little curious, email me. My first name, Curtis at groupcharger.com. And if you just want to say hi, tweet at me, Curtis Dixon. I'm sorry I couldn't be here in person tonight. Have a really exciting event going on my end, but love to tell you about it. Just connect with me. Thanks a lot. Have a great night.